Party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night. Shout out the whole podcast crew. Everybody already know what it do. When you really gotta kill it, ain't nobody gonna feel it. When you really gotta tell them it's my crew. It's best friend weekend. We can party all night. We got Ross moving, Lowe's, Rumble, Aldo, Nice is the uncle.
I love the airport. Well, me and the airport kind of got like a love-hate relationship. Most of my little life, a good portion of it, the past like 3 years is spent in the airport. You know, between seeing some of the baddest chicks you ever seen in your life, and not to mention just meeting some good contacts, you know, people with a little rank, people doing some shit. You know, I love the airport. But this most recent time, I seen a cat with a shirt that said, you know, it had like a picture of TSA touching people. It said, it's not gay. It's if it's TSA. Then I seen another person with a shirt that said, deport white people. And this had me thinking, as always, because I be thinking, and this brings me to my next point. Man, wouldn't it be a wild ass world if you really could say what the fuck is on your mind? I think shit just will be beyond wild. Like your own mama might not even fuck with you if the thoughts in your head could be just out to the public. But I'm pretty glad as humans, I don't know how you call it, our frontal cortex, our Abdullah Oblongata or whatever. I'm glad we got that little filter with us, bro, because it'll be too wild if boys could just say what's on their goddamn mind.
I say, whoa, welcome to the Best Friend Weekend Podcast. It's your man Aldo Nice.
It's your boy Raj Move.
It's your boy Los, aka CAP.
Group hug. All my homeboys back in for this week's episode. Hey Q.
Hey guys.
Hey Q.
Why am I hugging myself?
Hey Q.
Happy birthday Q. Hey
Q. Happy B-Day, boo.
Hey man, Rumble said a bunch of interesting things. He said that he see people with rank. I thought he meant that he saw ranked people who stink in the airport, because I be holding my breath.
I know what he meant.
Yeah. I'll be holding my breath in the airport.
What got me was that most of his life, he was in the airport like 3 years.
Yeah. He did a 4-year bid. He did a 10-year bid in the airport only.
I mean, Lawrence, most of it, he's 5 to 7 years old.
Because if most of his life he's been in the airport.
Because most of his life he's been in the airport for 3 years.
And that's ridiculous. He had some interesting points. I don't know. I've never seen that TSA be touching people shirt. Deport white people shirt though. I'm sure he got a good chuckle out of that. That is kind of.
I'm sure he loved that.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody listening is thinking right now, where can I find that deport white people shirt? Because that actually, it's kind of like that Bomani Jones shirt. You remember he had the one that said Caucasians, and it had like the Cleveland Indians mascot, but it was instead a little white boy. And it was like Caucasians instead of Indians. And everybody was like on an uproar on social media. Like, how is he wearing that on ESPN, the liberal network? Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I've never seen anyone with a shirt that says deport Mexicans, though. So that's a little...
Niggers go home.
I've never seen that shirt. I've never seen that shirt. So y'all next level by wearing a shirt that say... deport white people. I saw a dude once in the airport with a shirt that said, no, it wasn't the airport. I'm sorry. It was just on social media. It was like, Bill ain't free Bill. He fucked them hoes. Do y'all remember that one?
What?
A dude had a shirt on. It said free Bill. F them hoes. Yeah. When Bill Cosby first got jacked up. Yeah. But my thought was much the same as that deport white people shirt. It's a brazen individual who would put on a shirt like that and leave out the house. Which goes to Lawrence's next point, which says that, man, everybody, you can't say everything you think. And you damn sure can't wear a shirt, wear an outfit for everything that you think. So I definitely...
Yeah, you can't wear... I definitely probably... I'm going to say mostly everything I think, which probably get me in trouble a lot of time. And sometimes my mama really don't fuck with me. Oh yeah, almost everything I think I kind of said.
No, you
my mama definitely don't fuck with me sometimes when I say a lot of things, but you know, I think we come into a climate where a lot of people are really saying what they think. I don't know if I wouldn't wear a t-shirt with a lot of shit I say, but
this is what I think about that. This is what I think about that. I think it's very abstract. It makes me think, but I think everybody's filter is the same size. But I think that everybody's thoughts are different, are variable sizes. I think they got some people out here that's like, man, I got a lot of shit on my mind that would rub a lot of people the wrong way. And then there's some people that's like, oh, I got some stuff to say, but like I'm not gonna say as much, like I'm not gonna say as much. So yeah, Los, you might say what you mean, but you still got a filter. You don't say.
I do have a filter. I didn't say I didn't have no filter.
But I think you got the same size filter as everybody else. You just might have some things to say, but you got the same size filter as everybody else. If you take that filter off, you would be in jail for verbal abuse.
So when people talk a little bit about what makes, and we've been having this discussion recently about what makes podcasts good or bad, or what makes your podcast unique, and different things like that. Damn, Roger, that was a very good point. I'm just going back because I've never thought about it in that way. That if you got a brain full of thoughts versus somebody who just don't have they don't think about a lot. They're not carrying around a lot of things. But that kind of speaks to a little bit of what we talked about on the Woke podcast last week about how it must be easy to be to be in the dominant race, like in the majority, like to be a white man. It must be easier than, because they don't walk around with a lot of that same baggage. And I'm just using that as an example, but I'm not just wholesale. This is not a black-white thing. Just certain people have way more baggage than other people. And then people who got a bunch of baggage and stuff on their mind, like you said, I really like the way you just put that. Everybody's medulla oblongata is the same size. But some people just got a shitload more. Yeah, roughly the same size. But some people just got a ton more information that they want to bring out of their mouth, which leads to them saying foolishness. So I guess you're saying that Los has a lot on his mind. Is that why he says a lot of foolishness? How do you explain Los?
That's basically what I'm saying. I think Los got a lot of buffoonery on his mind. He just
my filter can't stop it all.
Well, no, because it's the same size filter. It's like if I'm compressed air, I'm compressed air, and I'm a 1 gallon tank, and you compressed air, and you a 10-gallon tank. You gonna get more air through the same filter.
That's what I'm saying. I got more buffoonery on my head. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, but that doesn't talk to. I guess
but that don't mean that you don't have a filter. You said I say most of the things that's on my mind, and I don't agree. I think there's a lot of things that you don't say, and if you said those things as wild as the things that you do say, you'd be in trouble.
Yeah, you wouldn't be on this podcast like this. You wouldn't have made it because we wouldn't be able to keep you. We'd be like, oh man, that's our friend, and we hang out with him sometimes. If you said everything else, you can't hang with nobody who say everything all the time. Yeah, but you got to know when to open it and close that valve, though, Raj, because I think that there's a time to just to pop it off. Like I think about that a lot. Like at work, like sometimes you got to pick your spots, but sometimes you can pop it off, and when you do, you gotta go for it. You gotta go for it, man. You gotta look for those opportunities. You can't do it all the time. But I guess Rumble is doing what he often does, bringing up a very valid point that makes you think about that, man. It would be a very wild world if everybody's filter was variable and that you could just say and do whatever you want. So I guess along that same token, that just means Trump just got like the most thoughts of everybody.
That boy got a 15-gallon tank.
I think whenever we start to bring like personalities and like celebrities and stuff into it, maybe they got different size filters. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, yeah, I'm fast, but like, and I'm nice, and I'm killing adult leagues, but I'm not Odell Beckham Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not. Like I'm trying to compare the two here to like, yeah, there's professional filters, if you will, professional thoughts. Like these people are professional thinkers, professional tweeters. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. So like, I think we can't compare ourselves to the Trumps of the world because we ain't there.
Because some of those things, and I think some of the things he's saying, like we always say, some of the things that he says are to push a brand or to push a narrative or to push something. It's not just necessarily everything he thinks. It's like, I'm going to say more on purpose because I know it's part of like my job. So I can go with that. I can go with that thought, and I think that makes a whole bunch of sense, man. I got a couple questions for y'all before we really hop into it. The first thing I'm going to ask y'all, Rumble was just talking about a flight, and he was in the plane. When you get in the plane, what do they tell you? They say to do what? To put on you what? What's the first thing you got to do? Put on you what?
Your seatbelt.
What you got to put on, Raj?
Your headphones. I don't know, man. You trying to trick me?
The
It's one of them-
seatbelt thing.
Yeah, seatbelt is right. Well, my question is
Seatbelt.
is it a seat buckle or a seatbelt?
Oh, it's a seatbelt.
It's definitely a seatbelt.
Kind of.
I've never heard of a seat buckle.
I've definitely heard people say a seat buckle. Put on your seat buckle.
I've never heard that.
Los,
I don't.
Seatbelt.
I
you've
wouldn't
never
be that
heard
person's
anyone say a
friend.
seat buckle?
No, I heard somebody say seat buckle before. But
I've heard buckle
it's a
up.
seatbelt.
Well, buckle your seatbelt?
Buckle your seatbelt. Or buckle, just buckle up.
I mean, it's two different things, right? If you put on a belt, there's a belt and a buckle, right? So buckle your seat belt. You should probably tell somebody to buckle your seat buckle. I think we should ask Mr. Bucket about that. I think he would know all about buckling. Uncle Bucket. You always got me saying Mr. That's my uncle, goddammit. Uncle Bucket. Another question that I want y'all to just consider real quick. Red Vines or Twizzlers?
What's red vines?
Oh, happy you asked that.
I don't know what that is. Myself.
Neither one of y'all know what Red Vines
What is
are.
that?
Okay, great. Because if either one of y'all would have said Red Vines over Twizzlers, it would have been a real problem. Red Vines are like, so how about this? Red Vines burn my booty. Okay? They burn my booty.
Okay.
They're a disgusting
You know what? Let me tell you
substitute
Let me tell you what
for
burns my
Twizzlers.
booty.
Mhm.
Wax candy burns my booty. So neither one. If I'm looking at what red vines are, and hell no. And Twizzlers, hell no.
I do Twizzlers before
I'm
Red
not
Vines.
a big Twizzler fan.
All day.
I'm not a Twizzler fan myself.
I'll twizzle.
I'm cool on Twizzler.
I'm not going to even
That
look
shit's
up what it's
nasty,
made
bro.
out of.
It's made out of wax.
Doesn't matter.
Candle
to me.
wax.
Does it taste good?
It
Put
does
some
not.
put some sugar on it. Put some sugar on them, and I'm eating them.
And some lime.
Right? Y'all. Okay, so wax candies burn y'all booty. That's fine. Before I tell y'all the things that burn my booty, first thing first. Mass murderers and gunmen burn my booty, and it seems that someone told me last week. They said, I think you guys knew what was about to happen, and that's why y'all dropped that woke part 2 last week, because y'all was just feeling the climate of America, that some crazy shit was it was ramping up towards that. But I mean,
It's about time it was happening.
it not to say that we was predicting gun violence, but if you listen to the tenor of that conversation I had with Duff and Just Devon, this podcast is brought to you by Duff. This podcast is brought to you by Just Devon, and the conversation we were having, it was talking about the escalation of Trump's rhetoric and how he was beefing with the squad, and he was telling them to go back to their country and send her back and all the rest of this and blah blah blah. It was leading towards something. And like, we didn't say it, we didn't articulate that, but I think in so many words we were kind of putting the writing on the wall that it was leading towards something. So I had a few people who inboxed me this week and was like, damn, y'all boys was calling it. I don't think that's a shot you want to necessarily call, but you know, just one time, and RIP, this podcast is brought to you by I guess I don't know how to say that. One time, RIP to the people in Dayton, Ohio, and the people in El Paso, Texas, man.
El Paso. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's crazy.
craziness, man. Gun violence. I mean, I guess the only answer is just get more guns, right? Shit.
And ammo.
And ammo.
Strap up.
Strap up. That's,
Like old buddy, I don't know if you saw the guy got interviewed. He said, when I heard the shots, I pulled my gun and I'm licensed to carry. So I pulled my gun. I'm trying to get the kids out. And then the lawman, he said police came out. He thought I was a shooter, but I showed him my clip. Told me he saw my clip was full. He's like, all right, you all right. He said, I'm trying to get kids out, get kids out. Everybody's running around there going crazy.
Was he black?
I just can't imagine.
Was he black?
Yeah, he's a black dude.
That is
Yeah, he's a
fucking
black dude.
insane. He is the most insane human being on earth. A black dude ran up to a shooting with a gun around the police?
No, he was in the mall when they started shooting,
Oh,
and then he was running out the mall, but he pulled his gun.
Man, that
He had
gun
his gun
would have
out his
been
hand,
so...
running
Man,
around.
please. I would have... That's how that black dude got killed in, where was it? Arkansas? Or I think...
I wouldn't. Yeah.
in somewhere, I don't remember. When
The
he
one
was-
that wanted to be, you talking about the one that wanted to be the security guard.
Absolutely. And he ran out. He had the gun. He was trying to help, and they killed him. So,
Bust his ass. Yeah.
that black dude is...
Yeah, he dodged the
bold.
bullet. Yeah, but I almost thought he was lying until they had the little. I guess they had I guess they had somebody corroborate his story because I was like, ain't no way in the world you ran out a mall shooting with a gun and a black man, they ain't shoot you first.
Well, maybe
the cop was black. I don't know.
Or maybe the cops was like, "Oh, it's a black dude with a gun." He probably didn't. He ain't shooting up random people.
He's not shooting the mall.
He's not shooting random people.
It
wasn't no mall shooting. He shot Walmart, man.
No, one of them was a mall shooting somewhere.
No, and boys, one of them shot at Walmart when people was going back for school supplies in El Paso on some fuck shit, and the other one shot up a nightclub. Like he walked up to
you know what I thought? Because I saw the back when they was interviewing him. I saw the background. That's what. I thought.
They walked up to like a nightclub where people were still in line and just started shooting people in line. But they killed him before he could get in the club. They said if he would have stepped in that club, it would have been craziness. But they got him before he got in the club. He killed his sister too. So that's crazy. He killed his sister as one of the people. Like. So that made me think, I don't know.
Damn.
It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on in America. Once again, we're not going to harp on
your level of not giving a fuck is crazy when you can just run up in a public place and just start spraying people. Your level of you feel like you got to know that you're either going to die or go to jail. You know you can't get away with that. You're just going to start killing random people in Walmart?
Right. Does he have the same size filter as everyone else?
His filter is retarded, and like that's basically no. I'm serious. Like that man. Like honestly, it has something wrong with him. It's not just like it's not like I'm mad at my old lady because she slept with another man. No, I'm mad because I don't know no better. Like it's you know what I'm saying. Like it's so I don't know what I don't know, man. I don't know what to do with people like that, bro. Because
don't give them guns.
Sure.
I
wholeheartedly disagree with that. But
hold up. Stop, please stop. Can you please, what did you say? You said you disagree with the fact that we shouldn't give them guns?
I disagree with the fact that they should. I don't think they should have guns.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. I thought we were on some different page right there. Go as you were.
No, I'm not saying hey, give a crazy person a gun.
Okay.
Like, come on.
I was like, why would you say that?
Skim right over that.
Why would you say that?
I thought somebody broke in that boy's house the way he said, hold up.
Yeah,
right.
No, you said that's not the answer.
Came through the window.
You said that's not the answer. So I thought you meant that's not the answer to not give them guns because that's what I.
No,
said.
I don't think. Yeah. I don't know what the answer is.
Gotcha.
I know it's not to give them guns. I just think people need to watch their children better, man. Like I mean, if your child crazy, man, do something about it. Like don't let it get to the point where he's shooting up Walmart in a nightclub. Like you could see the signs. Would you let that man? Like,
sometimes parents can't see all the signs of their kid, man.
Nah, I don't believe that in
his room.
You can see the signs.
Sometimes they don't. They don't see him. I'm telling you.
You spent 18 years with him. You know if you're a mass murderer.
But your child evolves and changes.
What you think, Los?
I said your child evolves and changes. You don't always know and see everything that's happening with your kid. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the interaction between your child at home might not be what they act like at school or outside the house. You know what I'm saying? I know plenty of guys who are straight killers outside their mama house. Mama would never believe they out here murking niggas. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really just say, oh, they know he a mass murderer or not. You know what I mean? Now, if you pay attention and spend time with your kid, every parent doesn't do that. Every parent is not, I guess not paying attention to their kid every move or spend time with him. Or he's a teenager. He's going through something in his room all day. Most kids just sit in their room and get on their talk on their phone, play on their phone and watch YouTube all day. Play the video game. And that's something if a kid does that all the time, a parent not, pop in there whenever they pop in there, they don't see nothing different. So they just, go ahead, go on, I think the problem is you got to talk and get your kid to have, interaction with people and with you. Ask them how they feeling, what's going on. You know what I mean? I think you got to start with that type of shit.
I agree with you a lot, Los, with what you're saying in that. I agree with your general sentiment that it's not necessarily a parent's fault to understand who your kid is. But it is their responsibility, I believe, to know if your kid is weird. Like, you should know if your kid is weird. Like, you should be able to kind of pick up on that my child ain't got no friends. My child just be like in the room by itself and kind of do. You have to like show an interest in what your child is doing to figure those things out. Yeah. Because I feel like some people,
our parents don't. Yeah,
you're right, and I think that's a shortcoming that some parents don't do that. But there is also,
but you can't base it on just being weird. You can't just base it on being weird because some kids are weird, just not killers.
You're right.
There's a difference. There's a difference between your kid being weird. Mm-hmm. Like, I know some cool ass weird people, but I think there's a difference between being weird and then knowing your kid can potentially be a mass killer. I think that if I had a friend that I spent a lot of time with, and I think I would be able to tell if he gonna be a mass killer or not. Luckily, I don't have any friends like that, but I just still feel like there are signs to be recognized that maybe some parents just like choose subliminally to like to not pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, he's straight.
I agree with that, but I think that you gotta realize the relationship between a friend and a relationship between your parent and a child is two different relationships. So it'll be things that you would see out of that kid that his parents won't see. You know what I mean? So, I mean, like, I agree. Like, some people just decide to be like, you know what? I ain't paying attention to that. He all right. He just going through something or whatever, you know. But you do have to pay attention to a lot more things, and some things are more alarming than others when they come to kids. You know what I mean? I think some people just look over, or you just miss it doing the everyday, you know, healthy stuff of life. You know what I'm saying?
But I think I'm going to know. I think I'm going to know, and I think you going to know, and I think Al Doe going to know if his child is a whole out here. And I think that both them boys that did them shootings is some whole hoes out here. And I think we gonna know. And I think that them boys' parents knew that too.
Okay,
that their children were some whole hoes.
So what I would add to that is this, and I don't mean to trivialize it, but I'll just say this: that these are complex issues. These aren't issues that we can just look at and say this is the reason, this is the answer. It's a lot of different factors involved. I would think back to the fact that there were crazy people all throughout time, people with different size filters, people who have different crazy thoughts. In the 1800s or whatever, the 1900s and the early 1950s, they were crazy people. They didn't have mass shootings like this. It's not a thing. Like, the most lethal mass shootings in the history of the United States have happened in the last 5 years. Like, that's a real thing. Meaning that there are other things in our society that are pushing young people towards having these as options. I think the thing is there were still people crazy back in the day, but they didn't have the option to do this. They, like, in the 1700s, they had a little a gun that they had to put the little ball in and push it down with the stick, right? So you can't
you had to have gunpowder and everything.
You can't go mass murder a bunch of people with that thing. Even in the 1950s or whatever it is, maybe they had a Tommy gun, but I mean, and they were doing stuff, but they wasn't seeing other kids killing everybody like on social media or on the news. Yeah. Like, so there's so many things. Our world is a lot more connected and a lot smaller, that when you put all of these factors together, it becomes like a powder keg where you have mental health issues. You have a president who's telling people, hey, man, get rid of all of them Mexicans, and like, we don't want them here. And you got the access to guns. You got apathy from parents not really paying attention. It's so many factors that lead. So, like, that's kind of why I'm back to
social media.
Yeah, it's a complex issue. And social media, in that those kids a lot of times who do the shootings and stuff don't have friends at their school, so they find friends on like social media, on the dark web, on different places, and they're like, "Oh, okay, these are my friends."
Follow other kids, and just be sitting there balling, mad at other kids they don't even know because they look like on social media their life is great. Why he has this many friends? I don't like him. He think, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's a complex issue. All that stuff play into it, man. You just never know what motherfuckers be thinking, dog.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't really want to go too far into that one, to that issue, but I but I definitely wanted to pay it its just due by at least discussing it, because it's necessary to discuss. We're in some crazy times right now, man. Hug your kids a little bit tighter, and you know what I mean. And watch your back when you're at Walmart or wherever in public spaces, because people crazy. And I hate the fact that we're in that kind of America. But they say the best way to get them back is just to keep living your life like it's regular. So I mean, I might keep that pistol with me in my car, but what good is it gonna do me if I'm going to run into Walmart to get some Twizzlers and them boys over there shooting? So who knows, man? Yeah. Let me tell y'all some things that burned my boudin this week, man. The first thing, man, it's a social media thing. So it burns my boudin when people don't post a lot on social media, and then they post something like bam, and they get buku likes, or even if they post a lot. And they post something and they get buku likes on something. I don't know what the picture is. It's something them and their mama, them and their kid, them on vacation, whatever. And then they post again like the next day. I hate that double post action, man. That shit burns my boudin. It's like they're trying to get gas off that first one. Like, bam, that post hit. And I don't never usually post, but I'm coming right back at it. And it's something I noticed and it burns my boudin. Have you guys ever noticed this phenomenon?
No.
No.
So the thing about it is, as I was writing it, and I have a little note on my paper that says this, it says, Al, you petty. Because I am petty. And I notice shit like that. But I notice stuff like that. When people they won't ever post, and all of a sudden they'll post something and you get some hits. Oh, okay, good. I see you. Okay, I see you out here doing your thing. And then the next day they post it again.
The next day.
Why you gotta come back? Why you gotta come right back and hit it? I guess they're trying to strike while the iron hot, but that's not how this works. I will not be liking your shit. I'm not liking your shit 2 days in a row. Nobody.
I don't like it if your shit over 50 likes. I don't like it.
I'm not liking nobody's stuff 2 times in a row. I'm just not. Sorry.
2 times.
2 times in a row in a 2 days span. No, it has to be some time in between.
Just to get to that, I'm gonna say that there's some people's posts that I won't like because I don't like them, but there's also on the flip side people's posts that I will like because I like them.
Okay.
And there's certain people that I will like every single one of their pictures if I see it, no matter what it is.
Okay.
As long as it's got substance. I mean, if you make a mistake and do a butt post, if that's ever happened, I'm talking about like if you post a picture, just a random wall, and you didn't mean to post that, if that can ever happen, I'm not gonna like that. But if you post a picture of yourself, Aldo Nice, post a picture of yourself, CAP, aka Los, I'm liking y'all pictures no matter what. It don't matter what it is, as long as it's something I'm liking.
Well, I think we have immunity to what you're saying because we don't, the point I was making, because we don't post 2 times in a row.
And even if you did,
still gonna like.
I'll tell you this: if you was one of them,
Thomas,
I would like everything that y'all posted.
Look,
Shout
Jay Harry,
Ross,
Jay Harry is related to them,
Thomas,
and he don't even like everything the boys post
because he might not like them boys like that. So I don't think
we're not saying Jay Harry.
None of
No,
this
Jay
stuff.
Harry liked the boy. Stop it. We're not doing that. He just didn't like that picture of that sofa, man.
Thomas.
Another thing
boy.
another thing that burned my boot at
you slipping one day. Why?
Is you can't edit on Twitter. Shit burns my boot at. Once you post it and you got that big grammatical error in it, you forgot the word the. You got to take that whole thing down and then put it up again. Yeah. Burns my boot at. Yeah. I don't know how much of an avid Twitter user you are, but that's another thing. And
you got to burn. You got to delete that whole there.
The third thing that I definitely want to make sure that I get to is this, man. It's a class of individuals that potentially you guys have noticed. Maybe you aren't as observant as me, or petty, the word you guys agreed with, as I am. But what burns my boot at is the quote unquote anybody need a fire stick ass nigga. Like the person who's online still trying to shop fire sticks. Like not even if they selling them. Not even if they selling them. Not even if they selling them. I don't even like the people who like, man, if you need a fire stick, Best Buy got them things for $19.99. Like like if you don't have a fire stick in every room in your house right now, like what are you fucking doing?
Nigga tried to send me one at the gas station for $150.
No, he wasn't.
I bust out laughing. Monday. I just started laughing and drove off.
A fire stick. I can't tell you the last time I've bought a fire stick because they are equipped in every orifice of this household.
And plus, you get them for free.
Yeah, well, that's neither here nor there, man. Now you're doing a lot, man. Now you put my business on Front Street, man. I would think that the master would get them for free, but I don't get them for free. Listen, before we get into some big topics for the week, I just want to let y'all know that Los was talking about this earlier, but Boosie got the realest followers online because I don't know what was happening at that cucumber pickle party that was happening. I don't know where
they did not report that boy.
They did not report him.
Man, Boosie is not supposed to be on Instagram right now. I don't know how he pulled that off.
You can't post.
I don't know how he pulled that. No way.
Like going ham on themselves with.
No, she didn't go ham. She had her hand behind her back. Somebody went ham for her
with that pickle,
with the cucumber.
That was a cucumber.
That was crazy. Yeah, it was a cucumber.
I mean,
it had the cucumber challenge it in. the girl took it out of her mouth and put it in
herself,
and then took it back out and put it. Yeah, and then the girl. It was Alexis Sky actually.
Oh, was it
Alexis Sky had
as a porn star?
Yeah, Alexis Sky had. No, Alexis Sky, Fetty Wap baby mama, I think.
I don't know who the fuck that. I don't know who these people are.
Yeah, she was on one of them little shows. One of them Love and Hip Hop.
She was the one pushing it in the other one?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And then she took it out of the girl and then put it back in the girl's mouth.
Anyway, that was...
Took it back out, put it back in the girl.
I think that's against Instagram guidelines. That's all I'm saying,
Nah,
Bootsy.
You can't. I don't think you can put that on YouTube or nothing.
It was a little, but he got. My whole point is he got the realest followers because nobody reported him, and
in the world.
We only aspire to be that cool to where nobody's gonna have 1 million followers and nobody gonna report you. That's pretty damn dope. As a thing. Okay, so this is my first question that I want to ask you guys this week. So I was driving, and I got a mixtape that I listen to, quote unquote, a mix on my streaming music platform, and I always keep a current one where it's like whatever. My most recent one is called Playoffs, and it was from like at the beginning of the NBA playoffs. I started putting some songs on there, and I still been listening to Playoffs because I ain't really had time to do nothing. I guess I need to do like in the summer one. I need to have a new one, I guess, at this point, but I'm still jamming the Playoffs most of the time. And one of the songs on Playoffs is Old Town Road. Every time Old Town Road comes on,
you skip it.
I skip
Come
it.
on, man. We know that. You done said that 3 or 4 times. You homophobic, bro. It's okay.
So the question is that a sign of homophobia?
Well, why don't you listen to it? That's the question.
Yeah,
why don't you like it?
I think it's a great question, Los. Why don't you listen to it?
Well, I have my reason, but the thing is,
You're asking your reason.
Okay, and I'm gonna do that. But as the host of the podcast, I usually ask the questions. But I can, but I'm fine. I'm adjustable. I talk for a living. I'm okay speaking. That's not a problem. I'm just asking because I noticed that I'm not the only one, and I also noticed that other people will be like, "Man, turn that shit." Like, people do it all the time. So I had an opportunity. I was at a party this past weekend, and I got into this conversation, and that's why I'm asking you guys. Me personally. So I would hate to, say something that you would say or have one of y'all piggyback on it and say it because I said it. But this is the reason why I fast forward over that song.
When have I ever done that?
Well, this is why I fast forward over that track. Because I feel like songs have a shelf life. And I feel like any song we love. I used to love Hotline Bling. I used to love... a thousand other songs that you can name that I'd be like, oh, that was my favorite stuff when it came. I used to love hit that what do you call that? Crank That Soulja Boy. That was like my jam when it first came out. But there was a time when a song hit its expiration date and I was like, okay, I'm not listening to that anymore. So I feel like Old Town Road is such a big success that it got to a point where it was like I heard Old Town Road 1 million times. Little kids playing it. In elementary schools, old people playing it, diverse people playing. I'm over Old Town Road, so I don't want to listen to it because it's too much of a big thing. And I think that expiration date is at around 2 months. I think after about a month and a half, 2 months, you finish with hearing a song, especially when you hear it that many times. That being one of the number one songs of all time, number one singles of all time. That's what I'm saying. My question is it secretly though? Is it kind of like undercover homophobia in that the fact that he came out talking about his sexuality and then it's kind of tied into a lot of other people saying to pass, or even me. Do you think that there's somewhere deep down or even surface level that I'm sitting there like, nah, I don't want to be seen as the person who's listening to the gay music?
Yeah, let me throw this out there. So to me it's a fad song. Like with a D. It's a fad song. It's one of them songs.
Hey, the
view.
It's one
I
of
couldn't
them,
hear the last part.
It's one of them songs that's like a joke to me. Like I never took that song serious anyway. Like it was. I just pulled up a song and I'm gonna read you some of the lyrics and you're gonna know exactly what it is. You know I like reading lyrics. So it goes. You's a broke looking boy, joke looking boy. Let me clear my throat looking boy. SpongeBob on your shirt looking boy. I play in the dirt looking boy. Like that's what I'm like. Did you really listen to that in your car, like on your way to work? I didn't. If it came on the radio, cool. I'm gonna listen to it because it came on the radio. But I never selected that song to listen to. Just like And to be honest with you, the reason why I don't listen to that song very much anymore, if ever, was because it's a country song, and I don't really listen to country that much. I don't care if the dude black or white. I don't really listen to, just like Hootie and the Blowfish or Darius Rucker. I don't listen to Darius Rucker just because he black. I don't listen to country. I have no underlying homophobia involved with like that is on that song. If any song I would have had some sort of homophobia, it would have been "Thinking About You" by Frank Ocean,
which is exactly the example I was using speaking with somebody about this. I'll get back to that, but go ahead.
I still like that song. Mm-hmm. I don't care that he saves the word boy in it. I still like that song. There's Sissy Nobi songs that I don't mind going crazy to. Like I like some of that stuff. But this song didn't, to me, it didn't scream super gay or it didn't scream super homosexual. I just don't like the song that much. Like it's just not something that I'm gonna bump. Yeah. That's how I feel. And it did have a shelf life, but even whenever it was like on the shelf, I didn't bump it because I just didn't. It wasn't one of them. I'd rather go listen to Hotline Bling.
So let me push back on one thing that you said, and I think you're using a little bit of revisionist history to be like, I didn't listen to it because it's country. It's a country song per se in name, but no, it's got a trap beat. So stop that. Don't act like the first time
it does have a trap beat, but it's got country. It's got country lyrics. Yeah. It's got country tone to it. Fair enough. Sure. So it's. But bro, I listened to hip hop. I was in Nashville. This past weekend and heard a lot of country music. Uh-huh. This podcast, shout out, CNH. There's country music songs right now, like that come on the radio right now that have trap beats. Mm-hmm. Like that was just one of them to me. And I'm cool. I'm cool with that man entering the country game. I'm cool with that. Mm-hmm. I think that's just fine. I just don't. I never really liked that song. Like it won't make my top 100.
Okay. Yeah,
of all time. Like it just.
But I mean, it's made America's top 100 of all time. The thing is,
for sure,
I think that
because it's a fad song.
It is
because it's a song that
stop saying it's a fad song. You're pushing it, Ryan. You're doing it on purpose. Because you could have said it was a borderline song, which is
no
hype
song.
Yeah, hype beat song. Yeah. And okay, so the conversation that I had, and I was thinking that potentially some of those elements of this really deep conversation that I had last week would have manifested itself in this podcast conversation, but this might end up being just kind of me revisiting a deeper conversation that I had about this, which was with a guy who was consistently saying, an older guy who's an educator, about 45 years old, consistently saying
I know exactly
that he's not listening to the song because that's that gay shit. And he kept saying it over and over and over. And it made me really kind of question, like, damn, is a part of why I fast forward over that I don't want to be seen as listening to that gay shit, quote unquote. And I don't think so. It made me think about it. And that's why I came to that consensus of why I fast forward over the song. I had to think about it. But even with that, like just kind of thinking about it big picture, like I thought about that Frank Ocean song and I used it as an example because I was like, I liked Frank Ocean, Thinking About You, and if it came on right now, I'd be listening to it. A potato flew around my room before you leave. Whatever he say. Yeah, whatever he say.
Potato. Like, potato? I don't think they say that in the song.
No, that week that we did the lyrics, the fake lyrics. That was one of the fake lyrics. Y'all don't remember that? I said this on the podcast. The real lyric is a tornado. A tornado flew around my room. But a potato. Anyway, so I still listen to it.
You're stupid.
Because it's a good song. And I think songs have shelf life. And then there's a whole nother conversation to be had. So once a song loses its shelf life, like if a song's good enough, you can bring it back. And like I heard Hotline Bling a couple of weeks ago when I was out somewhere, and I was like, "Damn, Hotline Bling goes hard."
Still bang.
That shit go hard. Like I don't think I'm gonna think that about Old Town Road in the future.
If I'm talking to old school, right? Mm-hmm. Like so, dude was kind of older dude, old school, and he said, "Man, that's that gay shit." Think about this.
Damn, he not that
if I'm
old
listening
school.
to,
I guess. Damn.
Okay, cool. But look, think about this. Listening to this shit is bananas. B-A-N. That's that gay shit. But there ain't nothing gay about that song. I just think that song is mainstream and pop and hype beast enough to where that's Like, I think maybe that's what he meant, not necessarily just. And I'm not saying, I think that some people can tie it in to be like, oh, if I'm a man and I'm listening to like mainstream pop, that's that gay shit. Like, I can see that being crocheted.
And you're absolutely right, but what you're doing is, I know the individual that I'm referring to, and you're giving him way more credit than necessary right here.
Maybe so. I'm not. Maybe so. Maybe so.
Like
He definitely meant it to mean that's a homosexual man who made that song, so I'm not listening to it. I'm not listening to it.
That's
it's a tough way to live.
That's
one aspect of the South, man. That's just how it goes.
He worse than me.
Yeah, it's tough. Because, I mean, I don't think I have that bone in my body that's just necessarily looking at homophobia. But how does that compare to you guys for somebody who, like, an R. Kelly song will come on and, like, I'm not listening to that song because that man is a pedophile?
Cool.
R. Kelly.
I'd be very fine with that. I'd be like, all right, cool. Because nothing's wrong with homosexuality socially. And then nothing's wrong, but there's a lot. Everyone should have a problem with pedophilia. Okay. Everyone. 100% of the world should have a problem with that.
Yeah, okay. But so my point is, it's okay to be like, I'm not listening to R. Kelly because he's a pedophile. But it's not okay for somebody to be like, I'm not listening to Lil Nas X because I don't believe in I don't believe in homosexuality. Just asking you a question. This is just a question.
No.
I mean, hey, that's your right. That's your opinion, man. You do what you want, man.
I think if you my favorite genre of music is R&B, but I don't listen to female R&B because I don't relate to that very well. Not that I don't agree with it or like disagree with it. I don't relate to it.
You agree with female rap though.
Because them whole nasty.
Go ahead.
That's all I'm saying. I don't listen to female rap either. I do that shit for the podcast. I ain't about to put that on me. I ain't up here singing City Girls with the rest of the club in DC. Shout out DC, man. But the whole club knew City Girls. That shit was fire. But no, I don't listen. I just don't relate to female music. Just like I wouldn't in the same sense. I can't relate to homosexual music. Just like in the same sense, I can't really relate to pedophilia music. But I don't think anyone should be able to relate to that. I think that should be off.
But he does. I don't know.
You can't call it pedophilia. Yeah. He don't be in there. He ain't in his music talking about give me a young bitch.
He's not.
He don't be talking like that.
He's
you
not.
Just saying a guy that's a pedophile. Like if nobody want to listen to R. Kelly. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. You know what I mean? Or if you don't want to listen to Lil Nas
X, it's symbolism and everything. Once you know who, this is for you, Los. It's symbolism in anything. He's saying, you remind me of my Jeep. I want to ride, whatever. He could be talking about a child. Frank Ocean, Tornado Florama, thinking about you. He's talking about a man. Or he could be talking about a man. Boy. And Old Town Road, I want to take that horse. He could be talking about a dude. Like, you don't know what he's talking about. So, my question is, and I guess it's not even a question at this point. It's just a thought to be had. That how wrong is it for someone who, if they feel strongly about homosexuality, to feel the same way that somebody would feel about, and I think in that parallel is going to ruffle some feathers, because a lot of times I know people compare homosexuality with pedophilia, and those two things are completely different things. One is one is completely wrong. One is just who you are. These are two completely different things. I just think it speaks to the person who has that opinion. Because if they can compare the two and say that, well, y'all don't listen to R. Kelly because he's a pedophile, then I think you're putting homosexuality on the same level as pedophilia, which is wrong. True. That's all I got. That's all I got for that.
But I mean, I feel like it's however how you feel, man. If you don't want to listen to it because it's a gay dude singing it, that's you. You know what I mean? Whatever. I don't think you're not wrong for that. If that's not what you believe in and you don't support that movement or whatever, don't listen to it. The man got the best-selling song in the world.
What if you don't support niggas?
Yeah, that like the people who don't listen to it because it's a black man singing a country song. We're not gonna listen to it. I mean, yeah.
Hey, it's really some people that felt like that though. They really felt like that behind that nigga.
But is that okay? I don't think that's okay.
I mean, what you gonna do about that?
I mean, yeah, I think you should like what you like. But I don't think that just because that person's gay, you should be like... I think that there's something wrong with that school of thought. That just because that person's gay, I'm not going to listen to him. That's
if that's how you rocking in life, like say you don't believe in homosexuality or all that, you don't believe in that, Now, you don't want to subject yourself to that, or any of the any windows that's coming in through that music. That's on you.
Well, then fuck it, build a wall. You don't feel like Mexicans should be here, then build a wall.
It is the same type of thinking. It is the same type of thinking involved. It's intolerance is what it definitely boils down to. Hey. Somebody else they're not tolerant of right now is the LeBron tribe, man. I see that they got like the Rich Paul rule happening right now, and with LBJ and company, man. What's that all about, Los? You got some specs on what the Rich Paul rule is?
Yeah, the NCAA has officially added a criteria for agents, aka the Rich Paul rule, who wish to represent student athletes testing the waters for the NBA draft. The criteria are: you got to have a bachelor's degree, certified with the NBPA for a minimum of 3 years, and you got to take an exam at the NCAA office in Indianapolis in person.
So it's kind of like, what is it? It's like Spencer Strasmore and the Ballers and shit. They trying to be like, nah, you can't. You got to do all this extra shit.
Yes, but what it is that man just came in and started cornering the market, and he making it where players, he's kind of taking over the narrative where players are making their own moves and being able to kind of control where they go and a lot better, and owners are losing control, and he's getting out a lot of the big time athletes from people who so-called went to school for that. You know what I mean? From lawyers and all those people, and he didn't go to school. He just was LeBron James' friend and hustled his way to the top.
Let me play devil's advocate here. When you said the word players with an S on it, I think you was wrong, and I'm taking the super duper Max Kellerman stake on here. I think that man is completely catering to whatever LeBron James wants, completely. So if one of y'all boys was to ever be a professional athlete, y'all just bring y'all best friend in there. Let him run the league, and you got to be polarizing like LeBron James to be able to have that type of. You can't be just you can't be Vince Carter. You got to be LeBron James to be able to have that guy in the NBA. And it is kind of like scary to think that like, okay, I got this player and I got this agent, and they could just kind of like run the league however they want. Like that is kind of scary. I, however, disagree with if there's no way that the NCAA can do this. Like they can't. If capitalism is a thing, you can't do this. I should be able to do whatever the hell I want.
The thing about it is,
I can do it.
The thing about it is going to hurt way more than him, because it's a lot of guys in the that are representing players who don't have those things and who've been doing it for years. So a lot of guys who don't have bachelor degrees that's representing players and who are successful at it.
I wouldn't venture to say they don't have a lot.
I don't think that he's doing everything LeBron does. Yes, he helped just clown out one guy, but he represents Draymond Green. He represents a few guys that's not nowhere near LeBron on the LeBron team or going over there no time soon. So I don't think he's doing everything. Yeah, he helping. He brought AD over there by LeBron, and AD might have wanted to go. He wanted to go somewhere and win. Why not go to LA? Who can afford to pay you?
I think you might be kind of, and I think you have some points there, Los, but I think you might be oversimplifying a little bit, because Rich Paul does have a big amount of influence on what's happening in the league, and it's not just AD. Like, I mean, he had Kentavious Caldwell-Pope on that same team. He had those twins,
Morris twins.
Yeah, the Morris twins. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more than just a few people. And the thing is, it's kind of just that whole idea that LeBron and his agent are kind of making, like, put it like this. One of the Morris twins left Rich Paul as an agent because he ended up looking for a deal that he didn't get, and he ended up taking a way smaller deal. I don't remember what team he's with now.
It was the Clippers and the Spurs.
Exactly.
I can tell you the story.
I love this story.
He had a $48 million deal with the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Rich Paul was like, nah, let's get you one with the Spurs for like $15 million. For whatever reason. Mm-hmm. In my mind, that says, I don't want you upstaging LeBron in Los Angeles. I think that's exactly what that is.
That's what people took away from that.
Man.
I mean,
That's exactly what it is. Why would
Wait a
AD
minute.
sign with Rich Paul and then end up in LA? Like, I mean, it's just too many signs to support
stop, right?
that man.
Don't do that one. Stay with the story you're talking about, because Los is kind of disagreeing with that, and I think that is the story that
When
it's
was
not just,
when was this?
This is
when was
this was
this summer,
season.
This summer, like after Kawhi and them went to the Clippers, he could have Marquise Morris could have went to the Clippers, and
That's
then
his name, more, yeah.
and he could have went to the Clippers. And Rich Paul, his agent, told him not to take the Clippers deal, or maybe didn't even. People are saying he might not even told him about the Clippers deal. And then eventually he signed with the Spurs.
That's true. That's fucked up.
And then after he signed with the
15.
Spurs, he fired Rich Paul. So
And signed with the Knicks
for less
That's
than
true,
that,
that's fucked
for less than the other deal.
for a little bit more. They was able to find him more money because they found out that one of them Knicks players that they ended up signing, I can't remember who it was more injured than we knew. Reggie Bullock, if I want to say it, if I think right. Reggie Bullock got like an injury that was he already had when he got to the Knicks. They just signed him, so they cut some money off of Reggie Bullock's deal and gave it to Marcus Morris.
Well, look, if a black man is playing puppeteer in the NBA, white people been doing it for a long time. So be it. Whatever.
Okay, so that's and what you're saying, Los, is in the way you just said it, it's kind of the point. It's the point that a lot of people are getting at, that this Rich Paul rule is more so a rule that's a indictment on we don't want the young black entrepreneur to be successful. We would rather if it was somebody else that we liked or we put in that position. Now, my issue with that kind of stance is this. I got a twofold issue. The first thing is I get it, but I say it in my professional life, so I say it in my personal life too. I definitely respect education. I am in education. I work in education. I respect education. So you can't tell me it's a bad thing to say somebody needs to have a bachelor's degree to help make financial decisions and life decisions for $1 million athletes. I don't think it's a bad thing to ask somebody to go to school. That's the first thing, because I feel like that's stupid to like look at it that way. And the other thing about it is LeBron was posting. He was like, "Don't stop, won't stop. They big mad and scared. Nothing will stop this movement and culture over here. Sorry, not sorry." So LeBron's really leaning in on the culture and like he's doing it for the culture and black and whatever. But both things can be true. Both things can be true. Like LeBron could be doing this for the culture and he could be like a trendsetter for black people and businessmen and opportunities and everything else. But he could also be like fucking the league to do whatever he wants. Like, so he could win more championships. Both things can be true. That's all I got.
I think the thing is look, I don't think I'm like against rules like that. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't have that rule or law, whatever it is. Like that should not be a thing. You should just encourage NCAA players to find a dude with. I don't see anything wrong with encouraging NCAA guys to find a agent that has a bachelor's degree. That I don't see anything wrong with that.
But I mean, let's be honest.
I also don't see anything wrong with LeBron James sending Rich Paul to school to get his bachelor's degree.
No, that'll happen. He probably get one in 2 months. But I feel like the NCAA really don't care about student athletes anyway. They make $1 billion off them people, man. They don't have the best interest of them athletes involved. They just, as long as they keep making money off them kids, they don't give a damn, dog, at all.
I got you, but I think it's just an interesting thing. And another thing it's interesting, but I think it's an interesting thing as like Raj kept using the term polarizing to talk about LeBron. And it is. LeBron is a polarizing athlete, because the other story that was out about LeBron this week was that, you know, we kept seeing on social media he was running on the court doing Bronny games and like getting hyped when they was doing stuff. What do y'all think about that? LeBron James?
I think LeBron James is full of himself.
Okay.
I think he's a cool person. I think he's nice and all of that. But I think deep down is it behind his filter, or maybe even like protruding through his filter in some form or fashion, he is full of himself and he is fully aware of who he is, which might be fine. But I just have a problem with that man in the line doing hard dunks and then jumping around after the dunk. Like jumping around after the dunk, like y'all saw it? Y'all saw me? Y'all, that bitch was nice, huh?
So you saying if you was a little 13-year-old kid at the age, you think you don't want to see LeBron James layup line?
It's not about him dunking. I'm cool with LeBron James dunking and doing all kind of crazy stuff with his kids' team. That's fine. But like the narcissism that he portrayed after the dunk is what got me off. Like he just
Hold
dunk
on,
and
hold
then
on.
would jump
Hold
and
on.
look at the ground.
Right. The narcissism that he displayed that got you off. So that's
Got me off.
So that's all it took. That's all it took was a little LeBron James.
And you said something about putting a bone in your body, and I left you alone.
I'm sorry. Well, you're right. I'm the Jamal Crawford of jokes. That's gonna keep going. The Swaggy P of jokes. I'm just gonna keep
That's
shooting. Just keep shooting. No. Anyway, no. I like both of y'all arguments because I think those are the two schools of thought, right? That either he's doing too much, or he like you would love him being with those kids. Would love to see LeBron James at their game. I feel like
as a
other
grown man,
parents
I think
probably
it's a
drove
lot to
them.
be in the layup line.
I bet I'd
They
be
can't get in
drove.
the layup line.
I'd be drove if I was the parent on the other team. Like, man, get the fuck off
I'm
the
getting in the
court.
layup line.
I'd go get in the layup line. I'd be slapping
Fuck
backboard hard.
Grabbing the shot the net. Making all kind of noise over there.
I'm in total
Nah,
agreement though that LeBron is very aware of, and I think I would even add this, that he didn't make the playoffs last year. So I think it's a little bit more of kind of the relevance thing. Like I want to stay relevant. So I'm going to take every opportunity to tweet stuff and do stuff, and even in the summer be dunking and be at every summer league game and whatever. Like he's trying he's making up for missed time that he didn't get from the playoffs this year.
Nah, I say because he did the same thing last year. He was in the layup line with his son last year or the year before in AAU. So
Was it last year or the year before?
One of them years or both years.
Oh, both
when he
of them,
went to
okay.
playoffs each year. So this ain't his first time jumping the layup line with his son. And I don't see nothing wrong with him on the sideline jumping up and down, screaming, hollering. Because I'd be the same way if I had a little kid.
You
out
miss
there.
it. You missed the point.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not talking about jumping on. I'm cool with him jumping on the sideline because he did that whenever another kid dunked or something like another kid did something wild. Like I'm cool with him being involved. I'm fine with him being in the layup line. I'm fine with him being on the sideline going ham for anything that he sees fire. What I'm not cool with is when he was dunking. You know the little his like celebration that he was doing with the pump on the two chests and then kind of
didn't do all
push
that.
down. No, he didn't. But he might as well.
Nah, right.
He might as well shoulda.
Nah.
Like that's he was acting like, man, that was a fire dunk. Ooh, I yam on that. Like
Roger,
fuck out of
listen,
here, bro. Like
listen,
just
if you
do
gonna let him
something
get
crazy.
But if
and
you're going
move
to let him get in
on.
the layup line, I mean, you're going to let him get the layup line, you're going to do hard dunks. He can't have you can't have a little shimmy afterwards. Come on, man.
I could see a shimmy. It's not. We need to watch this together.
I watched
It's
it.
not
He didn't
about
do
the
all that.
shimmy. It's not about the shimmy. It's about the like.
The look
Like,
down at the sideline, I just
it's almost like he dunked in a real game. Like that's how he was in. Like he dunked in a real game. This is not a real game, LeBron. You're on a layup line with children. Go do something. Go between the legs. Do something crazy, and then and point at somebody. Do something very LeBron like. But I just didn't like.
Or
the way
stand
he
at the
looked.
rim and contest their layups. So they could really get some practice before the game started.
Right.
Be a
Go
coach.
tell everybody layup.
Be a coach, like reach in and
AKA
shit.
Rich Paul ain't wasting his time. Anyone testing.
What you
Yeah.
said, Los?
I was reading these Twitter comments.
Man,
Man, look.
I thought he was thinking out loud. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
Nah, man, I don't. I mean, for me as an adult, my LeBron get a couple dunks. All right, one or two dunks. That's cool. Sit your ass down. But as a kid, I would love to see LeBron lay line. So I ain't mad at LeBron for that, man. Let that man go out there. I don't think he's trying to shine or he full of himself and all of that.
He's obviously trying to shine.
I don't think so.
I thought that was above reproach.
Obviously.
I think he's definitely trying to shine. If he wasn't trying to
He
shine,
shoot-
he wouldn't have been there.
Anywhere LeBron go, he gonna shine. So he ain't got to
Okay.
dunk to shine.
Fair enough.
Right. So why he had to dunk?
Because he with his
He's
kid.
already
He got
shining.
he playing with his son. And black man can't play with their kids.
Oh,
now.
so with his
See what I'm
with his
saying?
little girl cheerleading, he gonna go cheer?
No.
What? You think he ain't gonna be out there flipping and screaming with the little skirt? Come on now.
He ain't gonna dunk and cut a backflip and then look at the ground and pump his
not
chest
gonna
twice.
they're not
and
gonna have
go
a
down.
basketball goal like she gonna do competition cheer.
Why she could? They got basketball. Sometimes it's in the gym.
Not a competition cheer. They put them all the way up to the sky.
Y'all are stupid, and I hate both of y'all, man. Give me some quotes to live by this week, man. I got one quote, some quotes I've been sitting on for a while. One of my favorite ones
quote.
was "Work while the sun out," man. That's one of my favorite quotes, and I've been saying that one for a minute. Y'all should take that one and heed by it. Somebody was asking me when I was in VA, They were like, why you out here doing X, Y, Z? You've been working hard. And I'm like, well, you got to work while the sun out, man. While you still young, still healthy, still able. You got to get out there and chase the bag. So, man, first quote to live by, man, work while the sun out, man.
Go ahead, Los.
Don't be scared to face the truth because you hate the view. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. That works for me.
I need another one.
I don't know. Raj don't seem like he got nothing for y'all to live by.
I don't.
Okay, I got another one.
We gave him 3 weeks to find one. He ain't got nothing for us.
He still ain't found one. It's better to have and not need than need and not have.
That's a really good one. And this last quote that I'm gonna give y'all is brought to you by this podcast brought to you by CP, New Iberia's favorite son, CP Junior, not to be confused with CP Senior. And the boy said on his Facebook, once you win the lottery, there's no point in buying tickets again.
Okay.
And he explained it by saying, and I quote, don't shoot the messenger. Once a nigga fuck, all that he was talking about gonna change.
Damn.
Once he hit it, everything he was talking about to change, man. Yeah. And I don't know why he just posted that one day, but I was reading it, I was like, what the fuck? And he said, once you win the lottery, it's no point in buying tickets again. Oh my God. I didn't know what he meant, but once I got the context, it's a great quote. Because once you win the lottery, you won't buy tickets again. Meaning that
You shouldn't.
Yeah. Meaning that like nobody gonna want to buy the cow if they get the milk for free, young ladies. So keep them legs closed. I should have used that as my quote next week. Nobody gonna buy the
You gotta
cow.
edit that out. Edit that out. Put it back in there.
I'm gonna have to double up on it, man. Hey, y'all watch Hard Knocks this week?
Yes.
Of course.
So you can watch Hard Knocks every week, Raj, but you can't watch Last Chance U. But I'm gonna keep that to myself. So I love both of those shows because they're kind of like the same thing.
Just one with a lot more niggas.
So one of the dudes from
saw,
Last Chance U was on Hard Knocks.
Being a nigga and got cut.
Got cut the first.
I was rooting for Island, man. Nah, he got cut before the first cuts.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, yeah, Gruden said, "Let's get some of these guys out of here that don't want to be."
And it was just him.
Nah.
Just him.
No, it was his fault though. The whole thing was he claimed he got tired one day and claimed his foot hurt or something.
He says Achilles.
Ran in there,
his
like,
Achilles was hurt.
ran in there, but he ain't go to nobody treatment.
Okay, so this is what Raj. You said you've never watched Last Chance U. We're not gonna do a whole Last Chance U thing. Maybe we can do one. I might have a special pod just on Last Chance U because it was a great season 4. It touches on a lot of important things with like the power imbalance between coaches and athletes and kind of how the junior college system works and how they're going to these junior colleges because they failed or they got in trouble at a big school. They got paid to be there. They actually account for a lot of the school's tuition in like by actually being athletes. I think he said something like 200 or 300 kids was on the damn football team. That didn't make sense when he said it.
Yeah, but you gotta realize a lot of them kids red shirts can't play right now. He got buku people out there.
And I get why they would.
Some of them might not be eligible yet.
Yeah, and I get why they would pay. If you get kicked off of like Florida and you like how I'm gonna get back to that league and I can to the show and like people like I can't even remember Chad Kelly from like he went to one LeGarrette Blunt a whole like a bunch of people went to JUCO.
Good people went. Yeah.
So they got to pay
thing
that
about
money.
You don't have to pay. You on scholarship or through they get.
He said nobody was on scholarship. He said nobody was on scholarship.
Yeah, but them kids not paying because a lot of them kids getting money through financial aid or something.
Okay, yeah.
Remember
fair
he said I guarantee you if you leave right now you will have a bill.
Yeah.
So that means before that you ain't had no bill. You know what I mean? You got to listen to what he be saying.
So,
You telling me him like, hey,
they was holding they was holding their grades and stuff when they left. Like they couldn't get their transcripts.
They had grades when he got kicked off. My boy from Florida, Bobby. They held Bobby stuff and he got a bill. But before then he had no bill. He had a bill like $1,400 or something like that.
So all of that to say
he was at school.
They on regular college stuff then, Los, is what I'm saying. They have to
they on
pay
regular
to be
college
there.
stuff. Or
They're not on scholarship.
Yeah, they work it out. Yeah.
So
they work it out some kind of way though. I don't think them people not come out their pocket.
They are coming out their pockets. That was and once again, shut up, because we could do a whole podcast on this, because I got a whole bunch of notes, I got a whole bunch of things on that, and I'm not gonna talk about it for too long. But my point is, that's one of the dynamics that's an interesting thing, because the people who are in those small towns where these schools are like, the football team's taking away the money and the resources from this school, when the majority of the people at the school are in the football team, and they're coming over there to watch them play. So it's a whole bunch of different dynamics. But one thing that I definitely think we can agree about, Los, is this. And Raj, we can kind of bring you in. A thing that burns my boudin is where a teacher asks someone to write a 500-word paper, or like a 3-page paper, or in the case of this Last Chance U, a 20-page paper. I don't understand the concept of putting a minimum words on something. Because if I can say something in 20 minutes, why do I have to take an hour to say it? Like, why does it have to be like a 20-page something or a 500-word something? It bothered me when I was in school. It bothers me now as an adult. Like,
But you know what that is more than anything. Number one, it's a thing saying, "Oh, hey, I'm the professor with a 20-page paper in my class." That's one thing. And then another thing is, I'm challenging the student to do this and do that. It's no reason for you to have to write no 20-page paper at JUCO, man. And then my thing is, you helped them with 19 pages of it. So he still didn't learn nothing after writing that 20-page paper that he knew or didn't know beforehand. So,
I agree. I think that that paper was probably the most grammatically incorrect, terrible third grade writing ever. Yeah. I wish we would have got a chance to read that thing online. They should have put it online for us to read it.
No. That man still got to live his life, bro.
But
don't do that man like that.
I say all of that to say this. That
I would 100% read that on
listen, telling me is to let me hear a high school freaking English papers, man. Them children don't be writing well, so I like, I can see it. And if you only there to play football and stuff, but I guess the point I'm making is the point about Last Chance U that should bother everybody, and if and when we do a Last Chance U pod, the thing that bothers me big about it is how ignorant they be acting about school. Like,
oh man,
that I can't stand that shit. Like, oh man, I gotta go to class. Like, forgetting your glasses and not coming to school prepared, not coming to class. Like, you have to go over there, play football for 1 year, get your grades, and then you can go somewhere else, and they all be failing. Like, how stupid are you, dog?
This is my problem with it more than just like that. Is, dog, you here because your ass didn't go to class. Right?
Well, some
you
of
here, so you see
some
what
of them be punching women and doing other stuff.
Doing robbing niggas and shit. Yeah, I was
exactly.
But, I was gonna let them niggas make it. But the whole my thing is, dog, you have to graduate, and you got D1 colleges coming up there every day trying to see you, telling you. The man got on the phone and said, "Hey man, all you gotta do is pass." And we good.
Yeah.
Marquise with the little fast wide receiver.
He be back home right now chilling.
Yeah, on the block smoking blunts. Dog. So you can't go. I mean, come on, they gonna pass you.
It's the worst look.
Just go to class.
Last Chance U, Raj, is Hard Knocks with people who like looking for second chance, but they gotta go to school too. Like, everything they do,
it's BET. It's BET Hard Knocks. Yeah. Like, think about it, Hard Knocks is on BET. What they saying? They cast the people. It's a BET version of Hard Knocks.
It's a lot better than the BET production. Don't let him sell.
But I was about to say it's shot better. It's shot better though.
It's shot better than the BET Kansas version and stuff. But all of that to say that it's the fact that they suck at school is like a lot of problems with it. But it's that same kind of feel. I watch Hard Knocks because I like that. I didn't watch that Panthers, whatever they had last year on. And they had or it might be this year. The Cardinals might have been last year. I think there's an Amazon Prime show about a team. But I'm watching any one of those things. I'm watching QB1. Yeah. I'm watching Last Chance U. Yeah. I'm watching any one of these football documentaries because I think they're the most riveting things, especially when you pick people who potentially could be something down the line. Like, QB1's dope because, like, Tate Martell.
That boy Iowa State right now.
No, Tate Martell is... Tate Martell was the one in the first season. You remember the one who went undefeated at Bishop Gorman?
Oh, yeah. Where is he?
He went to Ohio State, and now he just transferred. He's going to be starting quarterback in Miami this year. And Justin Fields, the one who went to to
He went to Ohio.
Georgia. He went to Georgia.
Georgia first.
But he went behind
Ohio next.
Jake Fromm, who was on
Yeah.
the season before, who went to Georgia.
Yeah.
So they all like these
Yeah.
big time college quarterbacks now, but it's them when they in high school, and that's pretty dope.
Lil Rel still at Iowa. He's still on the Pine. He don't want to switch the wide out though.
Iowa
He
State,
run
huh?
like a 4.2 and a 40. Yeah, Iowa State something like that. Yeah, he run like a 4.2 40.
Yeah.
He's never gonna play. They got 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" back there tossing the ball around. He's never gonna play.
Yeah, so I mean, you gotta
He
check
a
out
free
these
school.
things if you haven't already checked them out. They it's on Netflix. You can watch it. You can watch the whole thing in about a day.
Yeah, I don't take
Now cue up that music for nothing.
Can't say anything nice. Don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say, but Al don't nice.
Ain't nothing nice. You hear me?
So listen, The Lion King came out last weekend, pretty much last weekend. I didn't go watch it yet, and I use yet with like a ... because when I first started seeing the advertisements for The Lion King, I was fairly excited. I said, okay, Mufasa, say it again. Mufasa, say it again. It's like, okay, I get to revisit with Timon and Pumbaa, and I get to see Rafiki doing his thing, and the whole Nala and the whole budding romance that happened. And I would look to see if they had the little sex in the clouds when the petals went up in the air like they had on the old cartoon that we used to rewind the video and make stop at that little scene when Simba fell on the stuff when we were kids, because that's what kids do, and it was supposed to be a subliminal message. But if you know, you know. If you didn't, now you may go look for it in the animated version. I say all of that to say that I wanted to kind of look at the similarities and differences. Then somebody told me it's the same exact dialogue, like verbatim. It's just different people saying it. And I was like, wow, that's not live. So I guess all of the animated movies that's coming out, The Little Mermaid and Aladdin and all these things that they're turning from animated to live action things, they're going to just run it back with the same exact plot and the same everything, except just put different people saying it. I mean, that's literally like J. Cole coming out with a whole Nas album, rapping Illmatic again.
No.
It's like Lil Bootsy and Webby dropping Dirty Money. Like, you're not UGK. It's like, it's almost like Lil Nas X singing Frank Ocean, Channel Orange. So, my point is, leave my movies alone if you're just going to do the same thing. If you're going to give us a new rendition, give us a new rendition, because I ain't got nothing nice to say about doing the same damn thing, but making me pay to watch it again. So I won't say nothing at all.
So you wanted them to remix the whole thing? Like, how else could Lion King go? Just
Every
start
time
out
a
first,
Batman or Spider-Man come out, it's a different movie.
They got different universes,
Right?
In DC and Marvel, they don't have different universes in Disney.
The Disney's
It's the same
universe, the
It's the
DCU.
same-
The Disney
No,
Cinematic.
DC
DCU. It's only one. It's just one.
It's the same water hole, the same.
No.
But it didn't have no. This one didn't have no soul. You didn't miss it out anyway. I didn't even cry when died.
Mufasa.
Didn't even cry. Yeah, when Mufasa died, I didn't even cry this time. The cartoon, I cried.
Is a lot more. I mean, it was a lot different feels I'm hearing, but like, yeah, I don't think
It
y'all
looked good though.
They should have been able to do a Lion King with a different kind of feel. Like, yeah, okay, still Scar gets shot. I mean, Scar killed Mufasa, but you can have some other stuff go on with introduce some new characters, some new adventures along the way for him to get back to the pride. 'Cause
Nah.
I don't know.
I don't want new adventures.
What I'm saying is so basically, this movie was not made for me and you. This movie was made for kids these days,
Okay.
and they don't even know. They don't know the difference.
That's true.
So
That's true.
Damn, Raj.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess they did it with
it's just
everything. Now that I'm thinking about it, don't they have a Beauty and the Beast that they did a real one?
Yeah.
Like everything they
I don't
got
know if it was the same movie though.
They got a real everything then. The Beauty and the Beast, they got that Aladdin, they got the Little Mermaid. So they just running them all back, huh?
Bro, yeah, look, The Lion King came out in 1994, the original Lion King. The Lion King that was made in 2019
25 years later.
had nothing to do with you. all those. It had to do with y'all children. Like, and grandchildren and them. Like that's it.
Hey man, I don't like how you doing this right now, man.
I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's not for us to enjoy. It's for the kids. You know,
so like the rap music that come out right now ain't for us. It's for the kids.
It's okay. Well, not the yes, in a sense, not for us. It's for the 20-year-olds, the 17-year-old, the high school people. Mm-hmm. That's who that music is for. That music not for us. Man,
what you talking about, Roger? Lion King was for me. They just didn't have no.
Lion King not for you. I'm sorry to tell you that the Lion King was not for you.
Hey,
who'd you go watch the Lion King with, Los?
Myself.
No, he lying. Look at him. He lying.
I went by myself in the daytime. Now that's how loyal I am to it. How you love that?
Sure how you love that?
How you love that, nigga?
I rest my case.
Damn, you rest your case on him?
I mean, look, maybe that man went to see it by himself, but I know he didn't go see it by himself as well. So,
I love the Lion King. He heard my cry. He strengthened everything.
Hey man,
I sung all the songs too in there.
Yeah, let me just ask y'all this: Black people, we sunburned. Is it something that just happened? Did the sun get hotter, or did we get old? Because when I was a little kid, we used to all be outside all damn day, and we never got a sunburn. Now all of a sudden, as grown-ups, if we outside doing stuff, our shoulders be peeling and your neck and all kind of shit.
That don't happen to me. You sunburn?
Yes, nigga. Raj, you don't sunburn?
No.
Okay, so maybe I'm the rule. I guess.
Well, got the oil of Olay skin.
No, I guess I'm light skinned and y'all colored. Like they said in Houston.
It might be true.
I'm light skinned.
You colored.
y'all
you all light skinned in Houston.
In Houston, as a thing, man. Hey man, look, we appreciate y'all coming and kick it with us again this week. Hopefully y'all got some informative stuff and not too much bullshit. I got these. I'm looking at a ton of these work shirts, Best Friend Weekend work shirts all around the room, ready to be embroidered and customized. So go on to bestfriendweekend.biz/shop, put in your order, shop with us. I'll have you have your shirt going out this week. So yeah, mess with us, mess with the movement. We got some other brands we working on. We got some other things we going on. Lo spent the whole summer getting Educated Ignorance ready, so that should be dropping.
It's almost there.
That should be dropping real soon. Like a like Detox.
Something stupid.
Like Detox from Dr. Dre. It's gonna be coming real soon, right? But yeah, man, y'all appreciate y'all being around here, man. Check them Saints out on Friday, man. And we out, man.
Look, I just want to break all your shit. Call your mama phone, let her know she raised a bitch. Then dial tone, click. And fuck your little fake ass friends. Coming around acting like they my bros. I seen y'all little group text where y'all like to brag about it, all y'all hoes. And you could tell your little bitch I screenshotted all her naked pics. Oh, you want to send nudes to my man? Wake up and see your boobs on the gram, bitch. I cannot stand you. Right hand to Jesus. I might just cut all the tongues out of your sneakers. Smash your TV from Best Buy. You're going to turn me in the left eye. I don't want to hear about your invasion of privacy. I had a feeling it turns out you lied to me. I'm holding back everything that's inside of me. How you all fucking with bitches that follow me? Ooh.
That lady mad.
And she put that other lady gram titties on the gram.
They're gonna put her off of Instagram for policy, violating Instagram policy. You ain't hurt nobody but yourself, love.
Enjoy.